The girl walked alone on the street, but I always feel like someone is quietly following her behind me. But when he turned around, the man turned into a passerby and hurried past. When he got into the roadside cinema, unexpectedly, the tracker also followed. There are clearly empty spaces all around, but the tracker happened to be sitting behind the girl. The girl feels uncomfortable. Slowly turn your head. Suddenly, in the darkness, I only saw the other person wearing a pair of brown leather shoes. At this moment, the man behind him slowly approached him. Zilai can even hear her breathing sound. This is a man wearing a brown jacket. Zilai dare not look at the stranger's true face. She hurriedly got up and escaped from the cinema. This is not Zilai neuroticism, because that brown jacket followed Zilai to the supermarket again. She turned her head to look. Sure enough, I saw those brown leather shoes. This time Zilai tried to see her face clearly, but I found out that the other person was also staring at him. Xiaoli was so scared that she quickly turned back. Exploration between shelves. Let Zilai fall into deep fear. What kind of brown leather shoes would deliberately step on glass pieces? This makes Zilai's vigilance exceptionally reasonable. Dare not stay any longer. Can only quietly leave the supermarket and go home through the back door. Told her husband about being followed. He brought his wife to the supermarket. I hope to check the daytime surveillance soon. The man with a brown jacket and brown leather shoes appeared on the screen, but it's different from how Xiaoli felt when she was in person. What the husband saw was a man attracted by the sound of fragmentation. About that eerie look back, the husband thinks it may have been Zilai who peeped in first. She's the only one who looks at Zilai. Zilai is too lazy to explain to her husband. Just use your phone to capture the person's appearance. The following days. My husband still goes out to work early every day, but girls dare not go out, can only be alone at home. Make a phone call, always busy. This girl is hiding at home before going to bed. Support the door with a chair. Just as I was returning to my room to sleep, Xian found a missing pillowcase on the bed. The next second, the pillowcase will be tightly wrapped around his head, with a hoarse scream of exhaustion. The girl woke up from her sleep. Fortunately, it was a dream. Here, there was a hurried knocking outside the door. It's an old lady, but what it says is, fortunately, Irina next door told Auntie Zilai, who couldn't speak the language. Knocking on the door is looking for my own cat. The two women began to talk. Alina's ex-boyfriend rudely knocked on the door. Seeing this situation, Zilai expressed her inner concerns. Aren't Irina afraid of men's sudden intrusion and tracking? As a result, Irina asked Zilai to open the drawer in front of her. This is her secret weapon. And Elena, after chatting for a while, Zilai bravely pulled the door and opened the curtains. I saw the man from the opposite building standing at the window on time. Zilai tentatively extended her hand to say hello. I didn't expect the other party to respond. This also proves that the man opposite has been peeping at her all along. After my husband returns, Zilai told the other party about what happened just now. Finally, at the firm request of Zilai, my husband just called the police. Zilai believes that, from the cinema to the supermarket, it's all done by this wire. The police are very serious in handling cases. They went across to confirm the situation with their husband. Zilai is anxiously waiting for her husband's news at home. After my husband returned, didn't give the wife the answer she wanted. On the contrary, I feel that Zilai has overreacted a bit. But Zilai felt that this person was constantly peeping into his life. How can we say it's a trivial matter? Sometimes women only need simple identification and companionship. Originally sweet little couple, because of the appearance of a voyeur, creating a barrier. Happiness can help people quit smoking and succeed. The negative energy brought about by anxiety and loss. It can also make everything fall apart. Zilai, who had already quit smoking, on the way back from the store to buy cigarettes, Zilai saw the man who was following her. Late at night, the girl took the subway home alone. I didn't expect him to look back. Unexpectedly saw the spy killer in the news. The girl who was aware of the danger decided to get off the station immediately. When she once again drifted past tents in the direction of men, the man is also staring at her with all his might. The girl pretended that nothing had happened. Turn your head away. I hope the train will stop at the next station soon. Hurry up and stay away from this place of right and wrong. Never thought. The train stopped in place due to a malfunction, and then the girl heard footsteps coming from behind. She knows everything, just afraid to face it, because that voyeur walked slowly with the girl in the right direction. The voyeur sat across from Zilai. She wants to explain to Zilai, why are you always staring at her window? Original. An elderly and critically ill father needs a lot of time to take care of, so I went through the window to see someone else's life. It became her pleasure, and Zilai's hand reaching out that night, the voyeur thought it was a friendly disappointment, gradually becoming interested in Zilai. He also craves attention from others. The misunderstanding seems to have come to an end from Zilai's apology. A voyeuristic incident made this woman see through her marriage, just as he was packing his luggage. Suddenly, music came from Alina's room. Maybe before she leaves, I want to say goodbye to this only friend. Actually, the door is not locked. Zilai slowly walked in. And then the scene in front of me told Zilai, intuition and death will fulfill their promise to him together. The explanation in the subway is just a voyeur's lie. That night, Irina's scream. It is indeed his desperate voice. That night, there was a cat voyeur and the body of Irina, still hiding in the wardrobe. In order to prevent Zilai from making any noise, the voyeur slashed his throat with a knife. As the voyeur walked out of the room, although as long as we climb forward, there is still an opportunity for sublimation, because there is a pistol hidden in the drawer of the living room. Husband returns home. My phone dialed my wife's phone number. A familiar bell rang from the partition wall. Husband comes to see outside the house. Seeing a voyeur get out of the room, just as my husband was puzzled, a bullet pierced the body of the voyeur. My wife slowly walked out of the room with a gun. The movie ends. The title of this film is Watchmen. Suggests that every girl have her boyfriend take a look. Boyfriend is certainly foolish. The police did not act either. At the same time, it is possible to discuss the incident of female victims in a lively and humorous manner. These all reflect symbols of indifference towards vulnerable groups. With the final gunshot, the story reached its climax. No one understands you in this scene. No one believes in your world. After all, we still need to solve it ourselves.